Divka says DLC must be good because you're still playing. One of the best Bethesda DLCs. Love it. I'm having a great time. Matter of fact, everybody, this is the perfect time here in the live stream. We're going to take a brief moment. Normally I record these offline, but since we're here together, this is a great time for me to talk about my early thoughts on Shattered Space. Of course, I can't find my notebook when I need it right now. Here it is. Um, because so far, this has been an absolute blast of a time. I'm putting a timestamp down here. So let's talk my way through our early thoughts so far, guys. So, obviously, the first stream I did this morning when I was here at launch, we did like 2 hours struggle busing, trying to figure out how to get the DLC to actually trigger. Once that got out of the way, there were some issues with that. Once I got that out of the way and figured out how to fix that issue, and we got playing the game, I am now 6 hours into this stream. No crashes, no bugs, no performance issues, zero problems. It has been an absolutely flawless experience across the board. The only issue I had was an issue that many people had, which is one of the critiques I will give them is that they did the patch and the DLC at the exact same time. There was 2 updates back to back, and that borked so many people's saves, including mine. So I will call Bethesda out on that because they totally should have had like the DLC should have been its own patch, and then the actual bug fix patch or whatever. Because that did give me an issue because when I loaded everything up this morning, we were all here on the stream. And there were some issues getting it to load. But once we figured it out, it was literally my main save got bugged. All I had to do was uninstall the DLC, reinstall the DLC, and I was good to go and I was in business. Once I've got logged in, and since then we've been going for 6 hours now, it's been great. So, here's some things I will say. First and foremost, it is absolutely breathtaking. So, especially coming from there were handcrafted elements mixed in with procedural elements in the base game, and this one is completely handcrafted. So if you've loved Bethesda's previous DLCs for like Skyrim, Obsidian, Fallout 4, Fallout 7, whatever. If you like Bethesda RPGs, this is a Bethesda RPG DLC. Like this, I've heard lots of people talking today in chat that this is like the best DLC that they've seen. We just had I think if you scroll up, we'll find quite a few other people talking about how much fun they're having. The weapons are cool that we've gotten so far. I'm not a huge fan of like laser guns and stuff, but there's been a lot of cool weapons that we've seen. Again, I'm only 6 hours in. I've barely progressed the main storyline at all. All we've been doing for these 6 hours, it's mostly been side quests. As a result, I haven't gotten deep enough into the storyline to really critique the main storyline so far, but I will say that there have been 2 missions where I have damn near peed myself from jump scares. The first was when you get to the main station at the very beginning. That one was kind of creepy. But the one that really got me was when you go to the mine and you're looking for the brother and you're down in the mine and it's full on like you're playing Doom or Dead Space or something. There's like shit running across your sight lines, ducking behind, and you can see a shadow running past the window, and you're like, "What the fuck was that?" And it's gone, and you can hear something in the background. And that's when we met the first of the I forget what they're calling them, the Redeemed, I think is what they're calling themselves. There's some sort of crazy experiment going on with them that one of the houses is behind. And they're super powerful. Every time I've come up across one, they've damn near kicked my ass. But that first one in particular scared the absolute bejesus out of me. It was definitely a jump scare mission, and it was so well done. Like, so well done. Like, when you finally take it out and you're like, oh man, I feel vengeance, feel justified. It was great. So they've done some really good stuff with the jump scares. The performance has been great. Like, there's been no performance issues. I am running on the Xbox Series X. I believe we favor quality, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check my settings just to confirm that. Display. Yep, we're prioritizing visuals, targeting 60 frames. I haven't really seen any issues. There's been a couple of times when you could feel the performance dip just a tiny bit, but it's been when there's tons of stuff on screen. Voice acting has been great. It's typical Bethesda voice acting. The lip sync for speech stuff has been absolutely spot on. Um, the costumes and the armor sets are really well done, and the weapons and everything else. And these guys all have like the culture of the Rune is really interesting with the tattoos and everything they've got. And so far, and again, you have to be willing to slow down. Don't just bum rush through the main quest line. Slow down, and when you're talking to these NPCs, they've got 5, 6 different options of text that you can go through, which tells you all about the planet and everything that's going on here. Coming out here into the main city, you start off with this, as we go up through. This is all, this reminds me of any Bethesda DLC you've ever played, right? It just feels very good. The map itself is quite large. I have not explored this planet at all. I have on this particular map, the white areas are the ones I've explored for quests, just doing side quests. But there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. Like there's some ruins over here on the edge of the map, and then up here. Well, earlier there was a bunch of stuff over here, but I think it disappeared because I'm no longer close to here. But like there's a structure over here. I don't know what this is. There's a whole bunch of stuff on this map alone that I have yet to explore. Again, we're 6 hours and 14 minutes into the stream. There's a lot going on here. And again, I've not even really touched the main storyline other than to advance it far enough to get here. And once I did the initial stuff that got me into the city, I just stopped the main quest and I've just been doing side quests for like 5 hours. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And on top of that, we've got, if we go into space, I don't know how much we're going to be exploring the other areas outside of here. But we've been told that there are, I think, 50 areas. But we've got, so there's the main planet, obviously, that we're on, which is like here. But then there's other places that we can go explore. I don't know what's on all of these. There's 2 basically major systems here, or 2 basic, two main stars with stuff in orbit. I haven't explored any of this. I haven't seen any of these things. I haven't gone to any of these places. I've only been focused on Varunkai and this main planet. So I haven't really seen anything that would make me say anything negative about this at all, to be honest with you. If I had to say, other than the hiccup we had when we were trying to get it going because it broke my save at the very beginning. Other than that, I think that this has been a very flawless execution in terms of a DLC. And I know someone said somewhere in here, Divik says the DLC adds another layer to the game. I absolutely agree. Someone said something else. United said, I find it funny. So many people were claiming it was going to be so full of bugs. People say that every single time a game launches, especially with Bethesda, because they like to poke at Bethesda. And I have seen one example of Bethesda jank where I was talking to an NPC, and rather than looking at me, she was turned around looking at Andreja, who was on the other side of the room, so her back of her head was to me. And I just chuckled and went, that's Bethesda. Like, it just, that kind of stuff happens occasionally, and it does not bother me whatsoever. So, from my perspective, my early thoughts on the Shattered Space DLC it's been really fun. There's been jump scares, great storylines. I need to know more about the religious zealotry that's going on here. What's up with the Great Serpent? Why is everybody so creepy? There's stuff going on with the Redeemed and mutations, and then of course the main storyline, which is everybody's trapped in this other place. I don't think they're gone. I think they're trapped. I could be wrong with that. They could be dead, but I think they're trapped in another dimension or something because they talk about the vortex, or no, maybe it's not the vortex. I don't remember, but the space in between dimensions. So, and then of course they're warping in and out. I'm the only one who can hear the voice of the leader, and they all think I'm a prophesied one. So, there's some fun stuff here. Like I said, I haven't seen anything negative at all. I'm not deep enough into it to know, am I going to get, is there another companion can you unlock? I don't know. Are there, more things that I can get for my outpost builds? I don't know. Are there special spaceships that I can buy here? I don't know. Um, all the armor sets, I've only seen one. I know there are multiple armor sets, so there's obviously a lot here. My one interesting thought is that um, I went into this thinking that it was going to be 15 to 20 hours. I'm 6 hours in, and I've not even touched the main storyline. I'm like, this might be bigger than I thought it was. Now, I can't confirm that because it could be that I'm about to run out of side quests in the next 2 or 3 hours, and then maybe there's only another 5 hours of main quest line. I don't know that yet. Um, so I do get the feeling that this is much bigger than I actually anticipated. I've definitely not seen 50 locations. Um, I think we've gone underground 3 times, and then everything else has been above ground just in this zone. So I don't know what they're counting as locations. Are they counting POIs as locations? Because if they're counting POIs as locations, I've probably uncovered a couple dozen. If I looked across the map, there's probably 15, 20 POIs that I've uncovered here. But I don't know if they're counting POIs as locations, or are they counting like you zone in, that's a location. Because like the Oracle would be a location. Um, Going down in here into the what do you call it? The Deep Gorge Refinery, that's a location. NV Nephilim said, I think they said 30 to 40 hours story wise with everything inside stuff. I think I saw anywhere from 60 to 80 hours. If that's true, if that turns out to be true, Envy, I'm screwed because I got to get this done before Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred starts. I'm gonna have to hustle. If it's 50 hours, I'm gonna have to bust my ass to get through this before Diablo launches. Um, that's crazy to think about. Well, we will cross that bridge if we come to it. If it turns out to be 30 to 40 hours or more, I'm going to feel so very justified with my expenditure because I bought the premium edition, um, a year ago, and I've been very. This is my second. I'm on the tail end of my second playthrough here, so if we're gonna get a 30 to 40 hour experience as a baseline, man, that's a DLC. Like that's what every DLC needs to be, like 30 to 40 hours of additional content. That would be pretty badass. Again, I can't confirm that, but I'm hoping that's the case. It feels very big from what I've seen so far. Um, so yeah, early thoughts. Apart from the hiccup at launch with my bugged save, once I figured the workaround, which was to uninstall and reinstall the DLC, and then we were good to go. Apart from that, I have had a 10 out of 10 experience with the DLC so far with Shattered Space. And I don't, I'm not going to nitpick and nag that and let that ruin my experience. I will just critique that and say, Bethesda, don't ever launch a DLC at the same day you're doing a patch. They need to be a couple of days apart because that was a stupid move. I will legitimately criticize that as a stupid move. Other than that, everything has been great, and I've been having a lot of fun. And for those of you who are tuning in to the live stream, we're going to continue onwards, but I'm going to clip this out for YouTube. So if you're watching this later over on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams, 9 a.m. Mountain and 4 p.m. Mountain. Usually I do 2 streams a day. Today, we just kept on rolling, everybody. We did 2 hours in the morning dealing with the issues, trying to sort through what was going on. I went away, downloaded everything again, reinstalled it, came back, and we've been streaming since I don't know, we're 6.5 hours in now. I'm not quite ready to quit yet, although my ass is getting numb. I may have to get up and do some cardio here in a bit.